Weazel News.
Breaking news.
So we are here at the La Fuente Blanca where there is an active hostage situation. We have sheriff's deputies coming on scene right now, and it looks like there are medical units on scene. So there are brave firefighters, brave paramedics on scene where the hostage takers are. We're not sure if they are injured, if they're in a good state. We also have Secret Service agents with the governor arriving right now. And we have sheriff's deputies pulling up right now, getting their firearms out and heading into the building. It's a terrible thought right now of what's happening because of how the situation is played out. We also have word that there are improvised explosives on an RV inside of the property, and that there's no bomb unit active to be able to respond to it. So that's gonna provide a great challenge to these deputies here who are gonna have to deal with that, along with the state trooper who's helping out. And I just can't imagine the pressure on these officers who are gonna have to try and defuse this situation in the least deadly way possible because of the obviously this great threat to the public here, as well as myself and my cameraman here. This is unseen before. This is unseen in San Andreas. Shootings have been on a rise, but they haven't quite been like this. We do have word that, yes, again, there are hostages inside of the building. I believe 2 to our information, if that is correct. And we are receiving information that one of them is injured and one of them may be dead. Alright, we're just receiving word right here that the hostages have been killed. The hostages inside the building have been killed. And parking enforcement has moved into the building, the basement where the hostages were being kept, against the request of the other officers on scene, and they went and killed all suspects inside the building. This could not have turned out worse. This obviously is going to have a great effect on the people who live in San Andreas, in LS, and in Sandy Shores, and especially the people who live around this area. This is going to have a great effect on these officers who respond to this scene. It's horrible what's happened here. And it looks like we have parking enforcement and the National Guard are going to be leaving the scene. Yes, a horrifying scene at 722 La Fuente Blanca. It's just jaw-dropping how an officer of the law, an officer who was sworn in by the LSPD, could do such a thing towards civilians, towards suspects who are surrendering. This is obviously going to carry severe repercussions for the LSPD, for the responding officers who didn't do anything to intervene, to do anything to stop the parking enforcement. In a bit, we're going to have an interview with one of the parking enforcement officer who responded to the scene, as well as one with a sheriff's deputy and their thoughts on it. Mr. Henhouse, what are your thoughts on the allegations that you went into the basement of the building where the suspects were barricaded and killed?
You mean murdering someone?
Yes, sir.
No. I disarmed them. I did not murder anyone.
What do you... is it correct that they had hostages? And that they were killed after you breached the door?
No.
So you're saying you didn't cause any deaths?
The allegations are completely false. I did not kill any citizens. I killed all the criminals that had weapons in their hands.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yes. I went up on scene to see if there was any illegal parked vehicles. And, they told me that the guy was in the basement. And I told them that I can deal with this myself. Me saying, don't go in the basement. I went in the basement. I searched every room until I got to the boiler room. The boiler room, there was a male all the way to the right with a shotgun. And then there was a really fat male all the way left. So I shot him when he was trying to run away.
So you shot a man?
Yes.
Could you describe what happened after that?
After that, I left.
You left?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we've been told otherwise by other officers who were on scene. Do you have any response to this?
What did they say?
They said that you went in and you killed civilians along with hostages, slaughtered them.
Allegations are false.
Okay, sir. Along with that startling interview from that parking enforcement officer, we also got these comments from him after the cameras were turned off, and we got it all caught on the microphone, which hadn't yet been turned off at the time.
You sure?
That's good. Gotta stay in school, bro. Man, I'm serious.
I did not kill any citizens, however, I did double tap every fucking motherfucker over there. I killed them all. I double tapped every single suspect.
Now,
Yes.
this is startling. This is horrifying. This is something we could not have imagined. Like, this is prison-worthy stuff, and this is stuff that needs to be seen by the public. This is stuff that needs to be spread everywhere. This just truly shows the untrained nature of parking enforcement, the obsessive nature, the power-hungry nature of the parking enforcement division. They are an important division, but the people who are in it are not the people who should be. They should not be officers. The only reason they are officers is because the parking enforcement has lower standards than normal police officers in the LSPD, the state troopers, the BCSO, but they still have the same privileges. They still carry firearms, they still have a taser, they still have a vehicle. And it is outrageous, and this needs to change. Next up is our interview with that sheriff's deputy and footage of where it happened with our on-scene team. I'm here with Corporal Mackenzie of the Blaine County Sheriff's Office, and what are your thoughts on the hostage situation and shooting at the La Fuente Blanca mansion at 722, as well as the parking enforcement officers who drove in and interfered with the scene, as well as shooting and killing civilians and hostage takers alike?
I have no information whatsoever on this incident. Therefore, I'm decline my answer. I cannot answer that.
Okay. Do you think that the parking enforcement are adequately trained?
Parking enforcement is a very viable job in this community, but sometimes you may wonder what kind of equipment they're using.
Do you think they should have firearms?
Yeah, every officer should have automatic weapons. Criminals that we face have guns, and sometimes even, you don't want to know what kind of shit I can run into on a daily basis. So, law enforcement being equipped with automatic rifles is definitely a good thing.
Do you think that parking enforcement should receive more training?
Park enforcement, in my experience, when I worked with them, actually worked with them, on the traffic stop, we had once, or they were doing quite good.
Thank you for the interview, Corporal Mackenzie.
Weazel News.